Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in for all that we have to cover right after this chart analysis and everything I'm about to discuss on AMC Stock. I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the ticker symbols I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. We hit 3 home runs. Our lowest one was 25%. And our highest ones were 40% plus, guys. That was definitely awesome to end the week. And that is something you can become part of as well. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. So, AMC stock. Yesterday it dipped. Obviously, they did the offering, jumped back up. We saw the power of AMC stock apes and bulls to bring it back up. And it's pulling back down and kind of sitting sideways. I talked about on June 2nd. That the lowest point to watch was close to $37. Turned out to be the floor. It could have broke it a little bit or missed it by a little bit, but that was the floor I was looking at. Back to this point here, retracing on the chart, as well as the 50-day moving average at the certain point. The 50-day moving average was around that area at the given time when I did the video. Now, it's super important that it bounced back up from there, and you could see that the bulls and apes are coming strong. Now, right now, the stock is sitting sideways, and it's going to be very important for the bulls and apes to push upwards to make the bears turn into bulls and apes. Not because they want to, but because they're going to have to. Right now, there's a lot of strength still because it's holding itself up from way down here from the $12 mark. That's still a big jump. It looks like it's been pulled back pretty hard, but it's up 400%, guys. It's a big jump from $12 to where we're at now since May 26th. But the bulls and the apes need to hold strong to see this short squeeze, because the short squeeze has not happened, right? It hasn't happened yet. According to all the experts and everyone and all the data, it hasn't happened. Now, there could have been a few different, shorts buying in or something like that, but the short squeeze for real, it hasn't happened according to all the data and experts and all the articles that you can read out there. But there's a lot of things going on right now with the offering. A lot of investors are getting to the point they want to take a little bit of profits. Some profit taking may be happening right now in this process overall. But we saw how far the bulls and apes can push this up when they want to come back up. Because from 37 to 68, that's a $30 jump after an offering. I mean, there's some strength there. And I think the apes are waiting to come back up and push this higher. So that is something to watch. As long as we stay above $37, there's some strength. Now, the lowest point of the day today was $45. We want to watch that carefully. $46, give or take, all the way down here at these points right here. Super important to keep that in mind and stay above that. If that gets broken through, the next point of reference I would watch is $37. And we definitely want to see this above $37. Below $37, it's going to start going into weakness. Does not mean that it's impossible to push back up, but it's going to get a lot more leverage for the bears than the bulls. Now, the current 50-day moving average is $54. That needs to be broken through by the bulls to reach newer highs, new resistance levels. And once that's accomplished, the next resistance level is up here at 57. Then we have 68. And then the highest point up here of $72/$73. Those are the points that the bulls need to break through to push upwards. And that's what the apes and bulls need to do. Hold it up around this area to force the shorts to cover so that they become apes and bulls too. Not because they want to, but because they're going to have to, guys. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on this. Right now, this consolidation right here is a little bit of strength, but it's going to be very interesting going into Monday and next week if the rally can start again, or if this can actually just hold up sideways, forcing at some point shorts to have to cover over time, creating one step closer to a short squeeze, guys. Because it still hasn't happened. All the data's out there. All the experts are saying it. So this is something right now to watch very closely, but also watch very closely if it starts pulling down and too much profit taking or shorts actually are coming in and pushing this even further. Because remember, shorts don't just buy down here. They can buy as it's going up and push it down from these levels, making it look like it's going to fall. And that's another thing to remember. So there's a lot of things that come into play behind the scenes on this beyond what the charts are showing, but the numbers, they don't fail. We want to watch them very carefully. Now, I want to give recognition to an investor, and this person stepped up and actually commented back to someone's comment, which was kind of, I would say, irrelevant to the whole situation, because towards the second half of these videos, like you're going to see today, I always show you the message at the time frame that I sent it out, when I sent it, and I even point out where I showed it on the charts, and then the charts speak for themselves. I went ahead and did a retracement here of the stocks I mentioned this week. These are all the stocks I mentioned. Now, we went 100% of them giving us something to the upside. But you could see here all the different opportunities, and those that end up being red, they cancel out to the great opportunities that happen throughout the week with the home runs. I mean, like everything above 20% is a home run. You can see how many different home runs we hit this week. So if there's some that end up red, if you have a stop loss, you put your 5 to 10%. That's the cost of trying, like I always say. And then the rest of it balances out. There was a total possible of 359% for the week, and at an average of 3% to 5% a day, that constitutes to 42 to 70% in a week, guys. These are the opportunities we look for every single day in the Discord, and that's why I'm always telling you guys, I make this second half of the video to show you guys the opportunities we look for, but the fact that opportunities are out there and to never give up. And I really want to say thank you to this person that took the time to go ahead and state these kind words on how intelligent I am as a person, that they don't even go out passing compliments to just anyone. That means a lot, and they can't even think of a time I've been wrong. I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying I won't ever be wrong. You know, I always say that, but it's so true for this person to actually step up and say, you know what, like, this is wrong. We're not going to allow somebody talk like this about 42. And the fact that they stepped up and stated they respect that person's skeptic outlook, which is fine. I make everything very clear, and I do mention the stocks beforehand before they even happen, guys. We look for these opportunities every single morning. I work very hard because I wake up with the intention to make money, guys, in the markets. And that's something you can go ahead and take advantage of by joining. Now, if you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And stay tuned. All I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time to see the stocks I mentioned this morning. 3 of them were home runs. 2 of them were 40% plus. And the ticker symbol you want to add to your... So the ticker symbol I have for you guys today is one that I've mentioned before, as it was getting closer to $10. And since it hit that, it's bounced back up, came back down closer to $10. And right now it's up between 15 to 20% since I mentioned it. And there's so much more room for this one moving forward. This is definitely a stock you want to have on your watch list if you don't have it already. We're going to look at its chart in just a moment. But I want to share with you guys today's home runs. We went 3 for 3 with our stocks today. It was phenomenal. And I want to also share with you guys the opportunities we had all week. What were the possibilities? And if you set a structure and goal, the opportunities are there. By joining us over at the Discord, you'll be able to become part of this. The link is down below in the description. We look forward to having you join us, and you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So this is the stocks I mentioned this morning. I talked about BBIG, and then I also talked about SENS. Now, I did a video on this yesterday. There's a lot going on with this stock, even for the long term, not just the short term. We caught it at 267. BBIG, we caught it at 381. And I talked about WINT at 259. Let's look at these charts together to see how they performed. So let's go ahead and see this together here as I pull it up. So the first one was BBIG. I caught it at 381. And that was nearly the low in the pre-market. It had jumped up almost 10%, pulled back down, and then it took off to a highest point of 25% plus. This was a home run for the day. Anything above 20% is phenomenal. I look for 5 to 10% on a regular day, 10 to 20% on a great day, and 20% plus is a home run. This was another home run. We caught SENS at 267 when I mentioned it in the morning. Had jumped up a little bit, pulled back down, hit lows close to the 250, 253 range, and it took off after that in just a few minutes after that and leading into the next hour, a highest point of 40% plus. This was phenomenal. Now, this had jumped yesterday in the aftermarket hours because of news, and that news was about to spark another catalyst on a Friday because everyone's finding out about it. And not only just now, this might have catalyst potential even moving forward if there's more updates on this and so forth. Now, the other one was WINT. I mentioned it at 259, pulled back a little bit to 245 range, and it took off, giving almost 10% right away, pulled back down and took off to a 40% plus opportunity above 330 range, almost 340. Like 339 was the peak, and since then it pulled back and jumped up again. So 40% plus on this one, 40% plus on this one, and 25% plus. I mean, in just one day, there was enough room between all of these to make 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, and 20% plus on the day. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is this week's performance. These are all the stocks I've mentioned this week and the percentage gains at their highest point. Doesn't guarantee that that's what every single investor can experience, but between all this type of movement and up and down, there's enough room for an investor that is positioning themselves for the opportunities to make anywhere from even not 5 to 10% like I say on a regular day, but even 3 to 5%. If you look at all these percentages, there was enough room. It's all about timing and execution, and the total possible percentages gains was 359%, and at an average of 3 to 5% a day, that can constitute to 42% to 70% in just a week. Obviously, it takes time and execution to get things correct, practice, but when you practice and you learn, if you don't have much experience day trading and you use a simulator, once you sharpen your skills, you know, the opportunities are endless, and you can become part of that by joining us. The link is down below in the description. This has been a phenomenal week, but what's the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list? Well, it's PSFE. I've talked about PaySafe before. I've talked about what they do, what sector they're in, and we caught this one as it was going lower, hit close to the $10 range, was picking up steam, hit highs here of 1260s, pulled back down close to the $10 mark at the beginning of June, and it's picking up steam again. When I look at this chart, you know, I look at it from the bigger picture. It's pulled back down, and this is kind of sitting sideways with a lot of volatility up and down, but this is given enough swing trade opportunities. This is given enough opportunities to buy and keep your average cost low or average down, and this is a long-term opportunity from the sector that it's in, the potential that it has, and what they do. PaySafe is going to be a big thing moving forward. I'm not saying it's going to be like a Square. I'm not saying it's going to be like a Wix.com. I'm not saying it's going to be like those payment processors, but or a PayPal, but it's going to get its piece of the share in the sector and in this niche. You want to do your research and due diligence on this one to understand it and further understand everything about it. Check out their website. I believe they have a website. And once you do that, you'll be able to make a rational decision as an investor to go ahead and maximize profits and minimize losses with the opportunities that I share with you guys. It's not financial advice. I'm just here to share with you guys what I'm watching and enlighten everyone on possible overlooking possibilities that people may not be aware of, or they just didn't see it. And I'm here to enlighten everyone. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.